Good morning, St. Columba's. Today is the Feast of the Presentation, also known as Candlemas. It is the day on which we remember that when Christ, as a small child, an infant really, was brought by his parents, as was the custom, to be presented in the temple. And there, the wise old Simeon and the older prophet Anna greeted him, and much to the surprise of his parents, named him as the Holy One, the Holy Child of God. Today I'd like to reflect with you for a couple of minutes on holy places and holy churches. And I invite you, as I'm speaking, to remember the church of your childhood. When I was, just before I went off to college, the church of my childhood, St. Luke in the Fields in the Greenwich Village, the Lower West Side, burned to the ground. And three things about that. The first is that when we set about to rebuild the church, I was amazed to find that neighbors, shopkeepers, people in the neighborhood who had never darkened the doors of St. Luke's and probably never would, except perhaps for a funeral, contributed generously to the rebuilding of the church. Why? Because it was a light in their neighborhood, a light in their community. The second memory is of the day that the consecration took place. The word consecrate means to set apart or make holy, and St. Luke's is what's called a high church, meaning that there is a lot of ceremony and fanciness that goes on in the liturgy. And in the rite of consecration, the bishop is present, and you move through the liturgy of the day, the celebration of the Eucharist, and at each stop along the way liturgically, the item is blessed. So the doors, the baptismal font, and so on. Well, St. Luke's had a great marble altar, has a great marble altar made of many pieces, and it was all reconstructed. And at the time of the consecration, the first thing that happened, the altar was bare, and the deacon came forward and spread holy oil all across the top. And then the verger came with a silver bowl with hot burning coals that was placed in the center of the altar. Incense was put on while the choir sang anthems and hymns and songs of praise. And then the altar guild came and spread fine linens across it and an elegant brocaded frontal. The acolytes brought the candlesticks, and then the priest brought the chalice and paten for the bishop to celebrate the Eucharist. If you were to ask me most times, what is the church? I would tell you it is the people of God. But I also know that there are places set apart, consecrated, that are holy. And they are not made holy by the bishop so much as they are made holy by the prayers and the tears and the joys that we share there. Right now, we can't gather in this beautiful temple of St. Columba's where I sit, but each of us can hold this place in our heart and in our mind's eye. And I invite you, even on this day, the Feast of the Presentation, to close your eyes and let yourself travel to the temple of holiness within you, be it St. Columba's or some other holy temple, that there you, like Simeon and Anna, may meet once more the new Christ. I wish you a very blessed day.